The Brooklyn Nets coming into the building and looking sharp, and they hope to be sharp on the court, too, as they get ready to go to work on the road. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. The bustling financial district here in Canada's largest city. We're coming to you from Toronto. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan, and we've got Steve Smith and Greg Anthony at the table with me. Hey, Dave. Well, the first title in franchise history, DA, is such a huge moment for the team, city, and the country of Canada. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Taking a look at Brooklyn, things going their way so far in this season. Right now, they lead the pack up front in the first spot with the best record. And, of course, Toronto, they find themselves in the 7th spot.
Well, I think for Brooklyn, they are, in my eyes, one of the big surprises of the young season. I mean, no doubt the talent was there, but I just didn't think it would come together this fast.
Yeah, everything's clicking right now, but what I'm curious to see, how will they handle adversity when it arises?
So the Nets starting 5. Jordan is out there with Wilson Chandler, and it's Durant. Then there's Irving, and it's Harris in at the 2-guard spot. And for the Raptors, Lowry and Powell, the guards. Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. And it's Johnson in at the 3 slot. The Nets shooting their first free throws here for the night.
And the ability to create something out of nothing is so rare to find. But Kevin Durant has it. Whether it's a bailout shot to beat the shot clock or just a hard dribble and pull up, he can always get a shot off.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scorers.
They get it back. Chandler. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
It's his first trip to the line. He hits both from the stripe. And with Durant, he's making it look so easy. They're just used to seeing him get the shot he wants.
You have to respect his pull-up, his drive, his threes, his fadeaways. It's a nightmare for defenders. That unpredictability is why Jimmy Butler called Durant the hardest player to guard in the league.
Here's Siakam. He can't get that one to fall. And Brooklyn will come the other way. This game against Toronto here, it's their first look at the Raptors.
Yeah, and the season series between these two, 4 games in all, starting tonight. A chance to stake out an advantage in the division.
And, Steve, it is so rare to see someone as agile at the rim as KD.
You're so right, Kevin. And now he can take contact, adjust in midair, and still convert with ease. Also, can slam it down if he gets a step. His great field goal percentage over the years is because he's an elite finisher at the rim and mid-range.
On the wing, Johnson to the inside, and Siakam throws it down.
This is the modern-day big. Siakam can stretch you out and can hurt you right at the rim.
Here's Irving. Count it.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Proving once again that when you attack with confidence, good things tend to happen.
The Raptors have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Lowry against Durant. Outside Lowry. The pass to Johnson. Rebounded by the Nets.
Oh, I don't believe that. He's better than that. Come on.
It's stolen by Ibaka. And stolen by Irving. Jordan at the elbow. Serge Ibaka pulls it in.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Scooped up. Here's Siakam. And finally, that one's good. Siakam's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
You know, before coaches started running plays for him, this is where Siakam would get his points, on the offensive glass.
Pulls from the top of the key. He's off on that one.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Gasol comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Rondae Hollis-Jefferson in for Johnson. Jared Allen's checked in for the Nets. Spencer Dinwiddie comes in for Irving. KD, that's for 2. Offensive rebound.
One of the great rebounders in this league. When Jordan does score, this is often how it happens.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Now here's Van Vliet. Dinwiddie covering. Siakam finds Lowry. Here's Van Vliet. Dinwiddie covering. 5 on the clock. Outside Gasol. From deep three-point range. Great D that time from Jordan.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space, but that does make it a tougher shot.
Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
Dinwiddie passes to Allen. Kicks it to Jordan. Outside Durant. The Nets working the ball around now. Second shot opportunity in the corner. It's Harris. Jordan trying to free himself up. That's good from Harris on the assist by Jordan.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
1:15 left to play in the first quarter. Siakam misses. The Nets with the lead. Here's Dinwiddie. Lays it up off the glass.
That takes poise, patience, and vision. Great pass by Kevin Durant.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Van Vliet passes to Hollis-Jefferson. Pass to Siakam. Fires from the corner. That's good on the jump shot. Siakam's got 6.
He is so versatile on the offensive end. Siakam's become reliable in catch and shoot, and that just makes him all the more valuable.
Pass to Harris. Beyond the arc. Let's keep it alive. Here's Jordan. Off with the layup.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Hollis-Jefferson finds Van Vliet. Outside Gasol. Pass to Siakam. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's the Nets up by 2. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Now a veteran in the NBA, Serge Ibaka, talked about his role.
I like to do all those little things, running up and down.
And Ibaka, Greg, a great complimentary player.
And you like his combination of size and skill, able to impact the game at both ends on a high level.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the Nets, what do you think?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
And they have the guys to do it. Play to your strengths, and they can make up for some of your weaknesses.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So the Raptors 5 right now. Fred Van Vliet out there with Norman Powell. And it's Marc Gasol. And it's Anunoby in at the 4 spot. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Hollis-Jefferson. Irving's checked in for Brooklyn. And out of UCLA, Norman Powell, athletic 6'4" combo guard, said he modeled his game after Russell Westbrook.
And I can see why. He's gifted physically as well. A 6'11" wingspan, a 40-inch vertical leap. He's more of a 2 guard in my opinion, and he's off to a strong start in his young career.
And now that we have a moment, let's see the best free throw shooting teams in the NBA. Number 1, the Nets.
You can't be careless when you play them. I mean, no wasted opportunities at the line. It's a team effort, and they're getting it done.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, after 5 years as an assistant in Toronto, last season Nick Nurse moved to head coach of the Raptors, and the team responded, winning the franchise's first NBA championship. Nurse has been at this for 3 decades. He got his first head coaching position at the age of 23. And he has moved all throughout basketball, both domestically and abroad, guiding 15 teams in 5 different countries. After winning it all last year, Kevin, he's finally made it to the top.
David, he sure has a long and winding journey. Thank you.
And that's his 3rd foul. The chance you take leaving him in with 2. Let's see if they'll sit him now until the half.
Anunoby, good.
With capacity at 7-1 to just survey the floor, you're not going to impede Gasol's vision.
Inside, here's Allen. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Allen's got his first bucket of the night. Now here's Van Vliet. He's covered by Irving. Down low, outside for Gasol. The 19-foot shot. Allen with the rebound.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Irving can't get it to go. The Raptors have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Here's Anunoby, covered by Irving. Here's Ibaka, and it's sent back by Allen. And it's Irving with the ball for Brooklyn. Trailing by 2, they defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And boy, did that game nearly get away from them, but they were a little bit fortunate to have survived at the end of regulation.
They were extremely lucky. I think they took their opponent for granted a little, and it nearly cost them.
Steve, the number of timeouts and even fouls have dropped in recent years. Do you think that's brought a better flow to the game?
Yeah, I think so. I know we have so much stoppage in our game, especially when they go to the referee's review. If we could do something about that, but I love that they've dropped the number of timeouts to keep the flow of the game. That's what most fans want to see, just the flow of the game continue.
Van Vliet kicks to Ibaka. Here's Anunoby. Levert defending from past the arc. Gasol with another miss. Nets trailed by 5. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's Irving. Basket made, just his second this contest. He's 2 for 7 now.
Sometimes I think Kyrie likes to get contact, probably because he can still finish through it.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
I'll tell you, they played hard, they drew fouls, but they could not convert at the line.
You know what happens? You start to miss a few. You develop a lack of confidence, and suddenly it becomes contagious.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Siakam is checked in for Ibaka. Stanley Johnson comes in for OG Anunoby. And Kyle Lowry subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. Here's Durant. Shot clock reset for the Nets.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
The shot by Powell, no good.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Dinwiddie outside. To the middle. Here's Chandler. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Lowry against Dinwiddie. Powell dishes to Lowry. Puts it up from 12. Chandler with the rebound. Chandler's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. It's stolen by Lowry. And now it's Lowry running. Here we go, all the way if he can.
It all started with Lowry's steal. His ability to lock in and defend makes him special.
Johnson against KD to the paint. Here's Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Siakam passes to Johnson. No good that time. Nice D from Chandler. Clock management. This is where they can get a 2 for 1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
Dinwiddie against Lowry. Chandler finds Dinwiddie. Takes the 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Dinwiddie's got the game tied up here for the Nets. Toronto's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Now here is Lowry. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Clippers. Here's Gasol. Rebound, Brooklyn. They host the 76ers after this game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
How do you stop that? You have to play KD for the drive, but then he just rises up like that, and there's nothing you can do to stop it.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Nets lead by 2. And we'll be back right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4 points was the biggest it got. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output for both teams, and they still find themselves in a good position at the half. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
So far, I love their commitment on the glass. Even when they were playing well, their rebounding remained a priority. And so far, the other side hasn't matched their effort.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
Well, the low turnovers really stood out to me. They didn't get loose with it or make silly passes. Nothing was forced. They had a nice flow to the offense. Guys knew where to be on the floor. That's the heads-up style of play they need to bring in the second half.
That's all for now. Say goodbye.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Pascal Siakam, guys, really making a difference here.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Why go away from something that's working? Force the defense to prove that they can stop it.
Checking out the group for Kenny Atkinson to start the second half. We've got DeAndre Jordan, Wilson Chandler out there with Durant. Then it's Joe Harris, and it's Irving in at the point.
You know, the 5-time All-Star Kyle Lowry has made a career of proving his doubters wrong. You ask me, I think he's still underrated.
Rebounded by the Nets. Jordan's got rebound number 5 here tonight. For 3, Harris sinks the triple. Harris has got 6. And you ask Lowry, he's always felt underestimated. Smitty, what do people overlook about him?
You know, I think, Kevin, is his defense, first and foremost. He's a top 10 point guard at both ends of the floor. That's what makes him very special.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
You know, he's still slender, but KD's gotten a lot stronger. You have to wrap him up early. You can't let him get the shot off.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Durant with the steal. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. No one covering. Irving's got the lead up to 8 now for the Nets.
3 straight to begin this half. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Here's Ibaka. Outside for Lowry. That one's off. Still out of sync.
He's had a tough time getting it going, and he's put this team behind the 8 ball.
Here's Irving. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
What's up? They couldn't have asked for a better start to this half offensively. 4 straight and counting.
And during last season's playoffs, we heard the Bucks complaining about Drake's theatrics on the sidelines. Smitty, do you see any problem with that?
No, GA, first of all, we know Drake is very animated. He's a part of this organization. We got to know he's a Toronto native, and he loves this team. Yes, it's a problem when it starts to affect the game. But if not, I think all teams, especially the Bucks last year in the playoffs, you just got to focus and play.
Toronto calls timeout. Well, a lot of rough times for Irving in his final year with the Celtics, opted out, and obviously Greg wanted a change.
And quickly zeroed in on Brooklyn as a destination. His time in Boston had clearly come to an end by the finale of last season. Now joins up with a new stacked team in Brooklyn.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Back to Prince. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. And the Nets lead by 13.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Van Vliet looking around. There's the pass to Hollis Jefferson. And here is Van Vliet. He averages about 5 points a game. It's tipped. Now here's LeVert. He's covered closely. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Here's Allen. Makes it off the glass. Allen's got his second basket of the game.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And the Raptors call time here. Steve, when you think about underrated stars in the NBA, who comes to your mind?
Drew Holiday for me is one.
Yes.
Mike Conley is another. Even a guy that gets a lot of praise, I still don't think he gets enough, is Klay Thompson, especially on the defensive end. It just scratches my head that he's really never made an all-defensive team selection.
It's nice to see underrated guys like Chris Middleton and D'Angelo Russell get all-star berths for the first time.
Yeah, those two are coming on as well.
Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for the Nets. He gets that one. Anunoby's got 5 points so far.
And thanks to that bucket, he's finally able to stop that little 15-0 run by the Nets.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the reasons Toronto was able to win the NBA championship was the astronomical improvement from Pascal Siakam, who was recognized as the league's most improved player. It was the dream of Pascal's late father that he'd reach this level, and his determination to make that reality has brought him a long way from home. Kevin?
It has indeed, D.A. Great story, and thank you.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Now here's Van Vliet. Dinwiddie covering. Back to Lowry, and stolen by Prince. Goes up. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
Good anticipation by Taurean Prince. He gets the steal and leads the fast break.
1:33 left to play here in the third. Lowry passes to Ibaka. Back to Lowry. Teardrop shot, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
That's nice work, stopping short of the rim, just laying it over the top.
Marcus All's checked in for the Raptors. And Greg, last season, the best scoring average of Serge Ibaka's career.
Even with a down year as far as his three-point shooting, Ibaka's still very efficient, getting more of his offense around the rim, playing some at the 5.
Lowry against Dinwiddie. Dishes it to Prince. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots the 3. But they recover it. Here's Allen. The shot comes out. Good D by Gasol. Raptors trail by 16. Here's Van Vliet. That's tipped, but he recovers it. Outside Lowry. This one for 3. And the Raptors miss again.
Great perimeter D. Gave a good shooter absolutely no room to operate.
Caruch passes to Allen. The Nets working the ball around now. Dinwiddie against Lowry. Dinwiddie kicks to LeVert. From deep. Gasol with the rebound. Outside Lowry. For the three. He doesn't hit that one. And so it's Brooklyn with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Nets leading by 16. Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. Lowry and Powell the guard. And it's Johnson in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Cans it from downtown.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Here's Lowry. There's the dish to Gasol. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
A good find by Kyle Lowry. Doesn't always get enough credit for his vision.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Out to Harris. Puts up a 3. Nets with the new shot clock. Here's Jordan. Good D by Gasol.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Knocked away. From outside the arc, the shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got his 3rd assist on the night.
I mean, for a guy who shot almost no three-pointers over the first 8 years of his career, Gasol looks very comfortable out there.
Buries it from 3-point range. And that's 11 points for KD.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Here's Lowry. The teardrop falls in.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Durant, and then Durant with the dunk.
Oh, guys, we had to take flight to get to this game tonight, but here's a guy who simply takes flight and flies at will on the basketball court. I mean, it's pretty surreal to watch a guy who can elevate to that level.
Tries it from 19. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. And a chance now to look at the schedule coming up for the Toronto Raptors. On Monday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Detroit Pistons.
And that game against the Wizards, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
Lowry up top, Dinwiddie covering. The 10-footer. Lowry's shot is good. Lowry's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Kyle Lowry is a very tough guy for 6'1". He's a guy who loves to attack the inside, even though he's small.
Dinwiddie finds Jordan. Now Lowry. Johnson wide open. He fires. Off target from outside. Durant down low. He's up against Gasol. Raptors trail by 17. It's deflected. Chandler down low. Covered by Siakam. From deep 3-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some. 16 points for Kevin Durant.
Unlimited range. The long arms of KD can get it off from anywhere.
Toronto calls timeout. And every so often, Steve, we'll see two teammates fighting over a rebound. You ever have a teammate upset with you for stealing his rebound?
A lot, Kevin. All the bigs I played with, those guys hated when guards came in. They would elbow you, and if you're on their same team, saying get out of here, especially with a lot of those bigs. There was a lot of rebound incentives in their contract, so they wanted to grab every rebound.
Irving's checked in for Dinwiddie. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Chandler comes with a double team. Good on the bucket.
Oh, that's great awareness. That's a great pass. Credit Siakam and the work he's done to understand where everyone is in this offense.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Kyle Lowry picks one up there. That free throw good from Kyrie Irving. Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving. So much new technology, a lot of it so exciting, Steve. Did you see the demo of the jersey that can change a player's name and number the other day? Wow, that was something.
I did. I saw the demonstration that Adam Silver did. It is fantastic. I was thinking about myself, Kevin. I played for 7 teams. That's a lot of changing of the name and number.
That really is.
And the way they have controlled the glass this game, really impressive.
You know, you look at how they built this lead. It's been through extra possessions.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same. Irving against Lowry. 1:36 left to play here in the fourth. Shot clock at 5. Johnson rebounded by the Nets. Jordan's got 11 rebounds in the game.
Well, guys, this... Oh, wow.
Watch your head.
That's a beautiful jam.
When you're that long and that athletic, I'll tell you, KD has the ability to put a little extra on it.
And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. Fires the 3. And no good that time. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Irving dishes to Jordan. Back to Irving. That one wide left. Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. No coverage that time.
I'm not going to confuse him with Kevin Durant out there, but Siakam has become a real threat from distance.
Lobs it up for Jordan. Gasol with the steal. Fast break Toronto. Here's Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
And you gotta like that they found something positive here, something that maybe carry overs into the next game.
They put together some great possessions here at the end. It's a shame they could have used this run much earlier.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
And guess what? It's going to be a fun flight home. Total team effort. Big win on the road.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Lowry. That shot, no good. Some solid defense there from Irving. For 3. Toronto grabs the miss. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.